policy. And, you know, this is deeply systemic. I was just telling this to students recently that it really begins with education, and it begins with making schools accessible. It means making, you know, a person with a disability will never have that place at the table unless they have access from the start. Whether that's a ramp at their school, or sign language interpretation, or braille material, or just extra time to take a test in some cases. So in that, you know, that kind of starts a groundswell. Once a student, a child with a disability, gets into the mainstream, it not only propels them toward more influential positions down the line, whether that be educational or occupational, but it will also influence their peers, their classmates. Once you have a classmate with a disability, or a friend or a co-worker, then suddenly even people without disabilities start to understand the needs for greater accessibility, the needs for universal design that can benefit everyone regardless of their gender, ability level, you name it. So I think, right, and of course it comes down to resources. Is any government willing to spend the money to upgrade their schools, to upgrade their public infrastructure, to make all of these real built and virtual spaces accessible? I certainly don't have, and that's maybe a big picture, and I don't negotiate on the budgeting of these kinds of things for anyone and for the better, but without that kind of inclusion from the start, the needs of people with disabilities can't really be met if they're not ultimately at the table and have allies that are also aware of their needs.
Right. Thank you. I think that's very important, specifically when you talk about the education system. I think somewhere we've missed the bus in educating ourselves and the future generation on the needs of